Hi, and welcome to my playhouse, and today I want to play with the BladeCenter again. And I have a couple of, actually got a lot of AMD blades to put in that center, and I've never really played with them. Always played with the Intel processors in there, but I thought today I would try and take one of the AMDs out and put a hard drive in it. They don't have a hard drive, so I was gonna put that in and try and install VMware ESXi 6.0 on that, see if that works. And if that works and it's not gonna be too much trouble, I would wanna try and do a render test and see how does the AMD processors perform compared to Intel processors of about the same clock frequency. So yeah, we have to put a hard drive in it first, so let's go see what we got. Here are the BladeCenter, and down here is two LS21, and that's AMD processors, and they're not on, they're blinking, both of them. So let's take one of them out and put a hard drive in it. I'm gonna use this as a table, and I have a piece of foam here that I can lay on here. And here is an AMD blade. So let's take the lid off and have a look inside. There's not a lot of RAM in these. I can see that this one is only equipped with 4 GB of RAM. That's not a lot, but it has a very nice card over here. That's a QLogic HBA, and that's for connecting to iSCSI and booting the server from iSCSI. I'm not gonna be doing that. I rather want to put in a hard drive, and I see I have something laying around here. That's not big enough. I have to find something bigger. And here is an IBM SAS drive. It's 73.4 GB and it's 15,000 rounds per minute. So just gonna plug that in. It attaches with some screws here, and there is an opener right there. So it should be possible just to put that in and click. All is in good order. I think I might have some more RAM to put in this. Wonder where that is. RAM. Let's see if this is compatible. It might be. We're just gonna put it in and see what happens. These are also just 1 GB blocks. So gonna put in 4 more gigabytes of memory. Oops. Gonna save these. Always save these. So, 2 processors, 8 GB of RAM, SAS drive. I think we're good to go. Casing back on, and back in the system with the blade. And we will connect it to the screen here and power it on. I'm powering it on. Power is on. Oh, turn on monitor. Details. It found the 8 GB of RAM, 2 processors. I think I have to go in and change the boot order. I think I'm gonna be doing that. Delete. Okay, it recognized that I was pressing F1 to go into the setup. Okay, we're in the BIOS. Let's see some processor. Oh, body, nothing. Level, current speed, maximum speed. Layer 2, this megabyte of cache apparently. Power, oh, it's a 95 watt processor. Brand, oh, it's an AMD Opteron dual core 2280. USB, blah blah blah, check. Okay, startup options, startup sequence. See, there is no hard drive here, so we need to move the hard drive up. Hard drive 0. iSCSI. Disable. Actually, we need the CD-ROM drive here. CD-ROM. And hard drive 0. Disable. Disable. Do I need to do something to save this? Currently not. Escape. Escape. Save settings. Enter. And let's go into the computer and see what we can do from there. At the computer we can now see down here that number 10 has come on. Right there. So let's go into the Blades task and remote control. And start a remote session to the Blade server. There. Console. Oh, yeah, that's what happens. I am already logged on from another computer. Okay, I finished that. So let's see if we are okay with that now. If we can do a remote. There it is. The remote control came up. And it's still the Java crap. Here we are, and we'll take the number 13 blade. And it's in BIOS, just where we left it. I'm gonna attach the image that I want to put on this. And I guess that image is... Oh, is it on the download? Yeah, there it is. That's the one. And we're gonna mount that to that one and put this somewhere nice. There. So let's save settings. I don't remember if I did that. Exit, yes. And let's see if it tries and boot and go into VMware. Oh, I just realized
I have put this on the wrong blade. It's blade number 13. Mixed up something, so now it should be able to boot from the hard drive. So, let's go out again. That took a while. And there it is, very quickly. This might take a while. I'll be right back. It took its sweet time, but it's finally here. So we're gonna go in and install that. There wasn't even a glitch. It just booted, but well, this is an IBM server, so it works. And then it doesn't work. We don't have anything to install our new operating system on. So I can start all over. Apparently the hard drive is not there. I'll be right back. Had to boot again and found my way into the BIOS and just found out that the plain SAS is not available. It's disabled, so we're just gonna enable that and hope that that's it. I don't need a serial port here, I guess. I'm just gonna disable that. Mouse installed. What else do we have? Video? Okay. MAC addresses. Okay. See if anything else is weird. Options. Options there. Okay. Okay, let's save settings and try again. Exit and we'll boot. I found my way into the RAID controller here. There's only one drive in this Blade server, so and the disk that I used apparently came out of a array of at least 2. So I was in here on the array properties and I was able to delete that array. Maybe I don't have to do anything, maybe the disk just has to be there, but now it's at least deleted. I'll have a go at it and see if VMware will see it now that I have deleted the array. And it was probably faulty, so VMware might not be able to have seen it. So I'm gonna escape here, save changes and exit, and reboot. Yes, and this takes a hell of a time, so I'll pause you. Okay, that helped a lot. After deleting the array on the disk, it now sees itself as a single disk, so now I will be able to install VMware ESXi 6.0.0. So let's do that. There we are. And we'll select Danish at the top somewhere. There. And I get to enter my secret password. And this is probably gonna take a few minutes to do anything. So I'll pause. Oh, what is that? It complains that the host CPU is not supported. Please refer to the HCL, that's the hardware compatibility list, or it must be enabled in the BIOS. Okay, so we have to go into the BIOS again. We just been there, and enable hardware virtualization if this processor got it. So, well, yeah, going back to do that. Okay, I'm in the BIOS here. I've been through all of these and there is no virtualization enable technology thingy in here. On this page, somebody suggested that the BIOS update from 2008 should enable the hardware something for this. So I went in and found the latest version of the BIOS, which should be this 1.12, and the one that we are running with here is the 1.10. So the only thing I think I can do right now is to try and update the BIOS. I have just the thing to do that. So let's leave this. I should have a bootable BIOS upgrade for this system. So I have been finding my old but new enough bootable upgrade CD thing, and we're gonna find that. I just put it here. I made a bootable CD, bootable ISO file for IBM servers that should be able to upgrade all the IBM servers that I have. And if you do not know how to make that, you should see this video that I did on that. It's the video number 91, so it's a bit old. It's from 2014. Here we create a bootable image like that. I'm gonna try and mount that here, mount, and we're gonna boot the server on that image. Reset, cancel. We'll just go out of BIOS and it will boot all by itself, I guess. And there it goes. Brilliant. And hopefully there is some upgrades for this LS21. I would really like to try this out with VMware, so I hope this will work. This is probably gonna be loading forever and ever, so be right back. It seems that it has a little bit of new things for it. BIOS upgrade to 1.11. That's not the newest one. It's a bit weird why it's not upgrading to the newest BIOS, but it's also upgrading some of the other things. Apparently there's something for the hard drive and other devices. So I'm gonna let this run. It usually takes also a while. Here is a good overview of what it's updating. It's updating the BIOS, the hard drive, and the LSI RAID controller or SAS controller. It's not a RAID controller. There's only one disk. So all of them seems to be successfully installed. So hopefully the system will now reboot. I ran it again, and apparently it updated the BIOS again, which is weird. and it installed some IBM Online SAS/SATA hard disk driver update programs 1.05. Have no idea. And the BIOS is still 1.10. That didn't work very well. It said twice that it has updated it. Well, I read somewhere that you could actually just proceed. It complained about the processor not being compatible, but it will install. Apparently it's able to continue, and I'm very eager to see where this brings me. In the meantime, I have been trying to, I want to build a new ISO file with all the new drivers, all my systems. I've just been out in the server room and putting them on a list, all the IBM numbers that I have, and I'm gonna find them in this list. Okay, this is gonna be exciting. It's completed over here, so we're gonna go out and remove the disk here, unmount, enter here, and see if it will boot. But I'll be tapping in my systems here. Oh, I forgot the blades. Those were the most important ones. I have to go back to the data center. It looks very decent. It's booting VMware now. It actually booted. It is running VMware ESXi 6.00. Okay, gonna go in and see if we can do the networking and get a connection to the VMware environment. Network settings here. It's connected. Cool. And IP version 4, use static, and I just found that 243 is the number this one is gonna get. And IP version 6, we're gonna disable that. Enter, escape. Do you want to reboot? Yes. And it's gonna be rebooting. Okay, it booted with the new IP number. So let's go over here and add the new host. Add new host. Gonna put in the IP number of the new host and the password, username, root, and my secret password. There. Next. Yes, sir. Hope that's correct. Yeah. And we're just gonna go in with the evaluation code. Next. Here we are. Oh, that one has a big fat red cross on it. I hope that's because of it hasn't completed it. Yeah, it's there. And we have 4 CPUs. There is 2 sockets, 2 cores per socket. A total of 4 CPUs. There's no hyperthreading in active, but yeah, there it is. I'm gonna see if I can find some kind of a test virtual machine to transfer. Okay, I have decided upon, I'm gonna clone this machine. It's my Windows 7 Sony Vegas that I'm trying to do some editing with. We're gonna clone that to the new VMware, but before we can do that, we probably have to put some iSCSI on it. So I'm gonna go back here and configuration, and we're gonna add a storage adapter. No. They are not connected to any switch, so I'll have to add my software. Yes, iSCSI adapter right there. And we'll have to configure that one instead. And here I have the security features. Okay, got 2 of them. Close, rescan, yes. I really should try and use this. That might be a lot quicker than this software thing. In the background here, I'm downloading upgrades for all my IBM hardware. I'm building a new ISO file for upgrading, now that I found out that the one I had was from 2013. Let's go see if we have at least one, and it's number 1. That's the one we need. I have to figure out what's wrong with number 2, but well, that's good for another day. We have 1, so now I'm gonna clone this machine over to the new virtual. I'm just gonna call it 02 Win7/64/Sony Vegas. Yes. Next, and we're gonna put it on that one. What do we say? Oh, this one has 8 CPUs to operate, and the new server only has 4. So we'll have to go back and change that. I'll just borrow this name. I don't want to type that again. Cancel. So we'll just configure this. Just take the CPUs, make those a bit less. Okay. And then we will try and clone it again. Name, next. There. What now? Oh, there. And now there is something with the... Yeah, that's okay. That's the graphics card. It's not available in the Blade server. And we're gonna be putting it... Let's put it on the local data store. And make sure that it's thin provisioning. And next. We can power it on after creation. Yada yada yada. And it failed. It is not accessible. Apparently I have to disable that as well. Not happy about that. Oop. Okay. Well, now it's copying anyway. I actually copied the machine and I turned it on. Now it says that this Windows version is not genuine anymore. So that's something that happened. But otherwise it's okay. Right now I'm trying to get, before the processor scored 6.8, and I'm hoping to get a new number for the processor with these AMD processors. Over here I had a lot of trouble in the start. See, this is the host and it's really using the processor a lot over here. I have no idea what it's doing, and then it calmed down somehow, and it seems that all the processing is going to this virtual machine that I was playing with. That's the one doing taking all the processing power, but well, I have no idea where it went. Now the host is rather busy over here, but it's not as busy as over here, so that's a good thing. I think that maybe VMware tools kicked in, did something. Not fair. That didn't work very well. Let's close that and start this performance test. See if my trial version is still up and running here. Okay, opening a performance program. See what... blah blah blah, continue. And it's gathering system information down here. That will probably just take a little bit. And I don't want to run all the graphics and stuff. I just want to see what the processor is doing. Okay, let's see what this can do. Test CPU all. Okay, that's not that impressive. Overall 1752. Let's see what's single threaded down there. 538. Well, this is not impressive at all. 1752 is as much as a 5 years old laptop, I guess. It is working though.
Back in the server room, I've powered down the AMD Blade server. Let's call this a half success. I was able to install VMware ESXi 6.00 on it. It didn't perform very well, and it was definitely not easy. It took me all day. There was all kind of weird problems that I ran into. I've just finished making a new bootable update CD ISO file for all my systems, that I did in the background while waiting for this AMD machine doing this and doing that. So, well, yeah, I have an AMD machine up and running. It does not perform very well, 500 and something per core, which is not a lot. It should do double, I guess, according to the benchmarks that I've seen on the internet, but well, it is working. So hope you got something out of this video. Give me that thumbs up that I enjoy so much, and do leave a comment if you have some tips or tricks that I have forgotten or didn't know about. Do leave them down there. I do read all of them and I get smarter all the time. Thank you for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.